Hi folks, this is Chris Voss here from thechrisvossshow.com, thechrisvossshow.com. Coming in here with another blog post that I want to take and talk to you about. I was on the phone the other night with a friend, and she was talking about how she wanted to go back into business that she'd been very successful at before, and she was coming up with a lot of reasons as to why she really couldn't go back into that business, even though evidently she did really well in that business. So I started problem solving for her and going, well, you know, you could do this and you can do that, and every time I would give a solution, I would get a Yabut. She would come back at me and go, well, yeah, I could do that, but... And she'd give me another reason as to why she couldn't do what she wanted to do, going back to be an entrepreneur. And every time she would give me a problem, I would problem solve it and go, here's how you do that, and be Yabut. And there was just this endless, seemingly endless, I should say, stream of Yabuts where it's like, well, Yabut, and just more and more excuses. And it got to the point where we were about 10 or 20 in, and I finally just threw up my hands. I said, look, you don't want to do this. I mean, it's not about the Yabuts. I could problem solve this all day long, but you have too many Yabuts. You don't even want to really do this. You don't want to be successful in this field, or you've got to get rid of all these Yabuts in the way you're thinking, because it's very debilitating. And a lot of people do this. I share this because it's not just her. There's a lot of entrepreneurs that do this. There's a lot of people that do this in life. They use a lot of excuses. They say, yeah, but I can't do it because of this. And yeah, but I can't do it because of that. I mean, I just saw, I posted some amazing things on the chrisvossshow.com. I posted a guy who has no legs and no arms, and he's a championship fisherman. He even drives his own powerboat. And he's got like stubs for arms and no legs. And I'm not a championship fisherman, so obviously I'm slacking. There's a million things that you can, reasons and ways that you can find to get things done. Being in life and being an entrepreneur is about largely problem solving. That seems to be all you do. There are more and more, the bigger you get, the more successful you get, there are more and more problems that you have to solve and resolve so that you can move bigger and make new things happen for yourself. And the one thing you do is when you make excuses or when you say, yeah, but, you're basically giving authority to this Yabut, whatever invisible thing out there, to puppeteer over you and basically go, oh, you're not in control of your world. You know, I've been handed a gazillion challenges, it seems like, over the years of being in business and being an entrepreneur, and it's just an endless stream of problem solving. And instead of looking at things like, oh my gosh, this is horrible, what do we do? I sit down and I go, okay, how can we fix this? How can we make this work? There's always a way. That's what I always used to teach people around me, is there's always a way to do something. We just have to figure out what it is. A lot of people don't even realize now, you guys have so many more resources than when I started out as an entrepreneur. I mean, you can go online and get outsourcing done, contracts done in just about any given field. You can hire people, especially with this economy, what's going on right now, you can hire people to do a lot of different things for you, and very inexpensively. You know, the world has changed. It's more virtual. It's no longer, you know, back in the old days, I had to buy an office, I had to hook up giant phone systems that were incredibly expensive, I had to get office supplies and spend all this money on that. I mean, just to invest in a normal business caused a lot of financial drain. So you guys have a lot more resources that you can do. A lot more virtuality is taking place. And you can actually start somewhere and build something. I think that's the other problem that people miss out on. They don't really know how to build or construct anymore. As an entrepreneur, you just don't go out and start a $10 million company overnight. You got to start small. You got to build it. You got to get it going. You got to get it moving. And then it becomes something. Then maybe you can bring venture capitalists or angel investors in, etc., etc. But you've got to have the right thinking. If you're always making excuses, if you're always saying, yeah, but, you're never going to get anywhere. Remember, how you self-talk is what your brain listens to. And if you self-talk to your brain and make excuses and say, yeah, but I can't do this because of that, your brain's going to listen and make sure that it self-sabotages you. And you'll never come up with the answers that you need to resolve your problems. So sit down when you have problems and go, how can I resolve these? I have the power. I've got a great mind. And maybe if I just search for those answers. I've looked at sometimes Yellow Pad all day going, I know there's an answer there somewhere. And I go to bed at night, I wake up in the middle of the night or sometimes the very next morning, and there's the answer, like that. Your brain's pretty smart. It's usually working in the background subconsciously. So be careful what you tell it, and be careful what you say, because what you believe is usually who you become and who you are. So thanks for coming by the ChrisVossShow.com. Eliminate the Yabuts from your life. Take care. Bye-bye.